All right, 6th of March, silver SP 500 pound yen franc. Let's take a look at the weekly. So this is a good push down. You'll recall we were sellers all the way down there. This was your bar where there's the zone. Okay, so the market going up a little bit is not unusual, and it should push up a little bit more. Okay, as you can see, what we have here is like, uh, let's just check. Okay, so we should come up a little bit more to. If we come up, we need to sell. If we come down, we need to buy. Why? Because there's full moon tomorrow. Okay, and this is coming in from the buy zone there on the daily. So, should the market fall down, we can look for a buy to be heading upwards. If not, we're going to look for a short. Now, these levels we had in before, as you can see on Friday, it made that. So I'm just going to delete that. Going to delete that. Okay, it's a new week, so let's see. We don't have anything here at the moment on the monthly. 48, 21.59, 21.59. We'll just put it up here because it is pretty close. 21.59 is there. Okay, and then on the daily, we've got the 44, 21.36, 21.36. 49, 21.56 is also there. Okay, so we've got 21.56. So this looks like a nice zone here. 21.56. Okay, if we head up in there in towards the full moon, that'll be a good sell-off thing. If it comes down first from the lows, we want to go up. That should bring us possibly, let me just see, 36, 2101, 2101 is there, causing the breakout. I'm just going to turn this into a 4-hour chart. Make it a little bigger. $21.01 is there. Let's turn this into an hourly chart. If it doesn't come back down but goes up first, like I said, we'll have to sell. Okay. If it comes down first before going up, then we'll have to buy. And that 21.01 is down here. Okay, so coming into this zone, is there a gap just around there? So let's do this 21.03 to the weekly there. Okay. So if it comes into an astro, but before it goes up, we're buyers to go up, and then we're sellers on the high notes. If it doesn't come back down but keeps going up first, then we're going to sell off. Okay, and that looks like a zone that we'd like to do that at. Okay, so that's your first, that's your second zone. Let's get rid of this there. SP 500. Now we've got news coming out this week. Okay, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. We've got non-farm payroll. Powell is talking, so be mindful in the US session. The market has got a nice retracement down. Overall, if you take a look at the weekly, overall, you see we've got still lower highs here, except the higher high here. So the market still, I'd be inclined to sell as well. Okay, this is a good push down, and this is a good impulse wave up. So from those highs, selling again is an option, I think, in this zone. All right, so there's a gap to fill here as well. So those levels are 68. Oops. And 78. How to do it? These levels here, okay? 65, 78 there. in that zone, 65.78. On the weekly, that goodbye kiss is 54, which is 4,068. All right, so goodbye kiss is not a bad idea, which is there if it comes to your astro hours. Today's astro hours were up here. The market sold off, as you can see, which is fine. Okay, if you'd taken astrology from me, you would have marked that in. Okay, obviously I gave the hours already, but I gave it after that session happened already. So if it does pull up, you'd want to go short from those levels. If you want to go long, you can only do that if it pulls back. And on the daily, that's 4,000 round number, which is your weekly pivot. So if it comes into the 4,000 zone there, that is going to be okay to go long. We can get rid of this. We can get rid of these at the moment. Okay, because they were done last week, as you can see. Okay, so if it goes up, we're sellers at astro hours from those levels. If it comes down into the weekly pivot first, want to go up there to sell off. Pound, let's take a look at the weekly. Is it going up or, oh crikey. There, let me just do this. Okay, there, where are we with this? Okay, it's right on the line there, as you can see. All right, so there we are. Okay, so this is a bit tricky because we're in between levels on the daily, as you can see, right, in between levels. On the weekly, we're right on a support level, so, and we've got infringement here, so I'm not really sure what to do this. Okay, what you can do is this. The only thing I can think of on this is this. If it breaks below that 49, which is 2019, if it breaks below this 2019 zone, okay, let's say it breaks the daily pivot, we'll probably have room to go down. If you want to sell it, you can at this level 53, and that's 21 round number. So a sell level is up here on 21. All right, so that's your sell zone there. Okay, and that's it. Other than that, I don't have anything here. Otherwise, it needs to break below here. If it breaks below the weekly and below the daily pivot, then a pull up is good to sell downwards. And then you can follow it to where? Probably down to the 39, which is 1920. It's going to be around there. Okay. Franc, with the franc, okay, there's not much to say because we talked about the market coming up there. Now it's retracing. It's good, okay, because that's the level where the market broke down structure. So it's selling off from there, which is fine. Okay, so not much to talk about. You see, last week we were all there. So, and I did say you could go long on this one to come into those levels. What to do now? Well, don't do anything with this now. March monthly, so that's a good impulse up, as you can see, returning from this level. So if the market pulls down in order to go up this month, it should do so. Where do you want it to come back to? What about that 40 level? That's looking 92.30. 92.30, we'll find ourselves all the way down here. That's on the daily. Which is there. All right, so if it comes back into this range, going up is an option, okay, which is fine. So the market should come down a little bit more. 46, 48, let's see, 92.87, 93, 92.87. Let's get rid of this. Let's refresh. 93 is down there, so we should come down. What should you do with this? If it pulls up into the weekly pivot, the daily pivot, this should be okay to sell down. If it comes down first, be mindful we got room to come down to 93. And 92.88 there somewhere. Okay. So it's doable. If it goes up in there, you could sell also at Astro hours. At the end of the day, like I said, it made the upper target, so it made the upper targets like on the weekly here. So pulling down, pushing down a little bit more is on the cards. And the 41 level is 92.30, which is pretty much what we're expecting. Okay, so coming down into the 92.30 is going to be the final before we start buying again. 92, crikey, it's a bit down. 92.30 there. And let's get rid of these. These are from before. Okay, so the market does have room to come down before we start buying again, so selling is an option. Okay, dollar yen. Okay, same with this one. Remember, as I did say, don't you be buying at the tops. We said we should be going up there. Okay, so no really dramas there. Now what? Same kind of thing as the dollar franc, as you know, they go together. So the market should push down into the 52, 50, 48. So that's 134, 23, 80, 60. 134. That was a target last week, as you know. Those levels, as you can see, the market didn't sold off. So let's do this. And I said we've got room to come down into this zone. 80 is there. 34.80 is there. 60 and 20, which is right in this zone here. So we should dip down into this zone. Okay, so when it's here, obviously stop selling. So selling again, if the market pushes up, you can sell it down into this zone. All right.